Hey everyone, it's me, Paul, the bumper guy. I'm getting ready to go out to do a bumper repair. I'm currently here at this storage unit because my mobile unit is in a storage unit because we're in the moving process. So I'm gonna go ahead and hook up and get started on this bumper repair and show you how I do the whole repair process. Okay, let's get started. Good morning, I'm on my way. Navigation says that I'm about 15 minutes away, and I will send you a text as soon as I arrive out front, period. I prefer the talk to text because I'm half like hillbilly and it's just simpler. Let's go. Okay, we finally made it to the house. The customer's home. I'm here with my little setup, and this is the vehicle we're going to be repairing. And this is a close-up of the damage. And yes, I already have my gloves on. I did that off camera. So got something bumped it here. Also, the light here has been scraped, and sometimes these can be buffed off or wet sanded and clear coated to get that out so it doesn't have to be replaced. And all the sensors are going to be taped up so we don't have to pull these out at all. All right, I got the whole thing wrapped. It is a little chilly here in Vegas this morning, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut this area out and sand it, tape it up, and primer it. And as that's drying, I'm gonna end up taping up everything else. And keep in mind, everyone, that it's not necessarily a how-to video. I mean, if you're mechanically inclined to do, things, and I'll show you what sandpapers I use and everything like that. If you're the type of person you kind of work at a desk job all day and you can do something that I can't do, that's how our whole economy works. We trade our skills back and forth. At least you'll be able to watch and see how the whole process is, how it works. Body shops, they're not evil, but they're more for, how do you say it, like hard hits, like an emergency room kind of deal. I'm more of like minute clinic. So instead of painting the entire bumper for what got damaged, I can blend it in. Body shops do this every day, but they don't tell customers when they do it. So they do make it blending clear and all that stuff, and we don't have to pull out any of the sensors or anything like that. So anyway. Okay, it does have a little bit of a dimple in it. If you look at the reflection, it's right here. But if you look at the reflection, let me go up and down. So that's got to be sanded out. I don't know if you can kind of make it out right there above my glove there. So that's going to be sanded down. I'm going to be using 80 grit paper to knock that down with my DA, or dual action sander. And I believe this is, they call it Miami Blue. It's like a $3,000 to $5,000 paint option on this vehicle. So we got to make sure it's nice and shiny. Let's continue. This is my DeWalt sander. It's electric. Boogie oogie oogie. If you're old enough to understand that joke. I choose to use electric one so it doesn't drain the air supply so much. The air compressor keeps running. So this one I can grind and grind as much as I want, non-stop. Remember, I'm not advising anyone to repair their own bumper. I've destroyed so many cars since I was like 14. I've been painting for 24 years now, I think. I've messed up so many cars, I know what not to do. But if you're gonna do this, don't sand where the pressure is on the corner so much. You wanna keep the DA flat as much as possible and keep it moving. So it's almost like sanding a basketball. If you keep it in one spot, it's gonna make a flat spot. So we gotta keep it moving back and forth and kind of feather that area out. Okay, that was 80 grit. We got everything down pretty smooth. And now I'm gonna use my air sander, 180 grit paper. And this is just piggybacking all the scratches out to make them finer and finer until I primer it. One I'm gonna use, we're done with the 180 and I'm gonna move it over to the 320 grit, and this will be ready. Technically you can primer over top of 180, but I just like to make it just a little bit smoother. You don't want to make it too smooth, but smooth enough. All right, by the way, I've had this DA since I was 15 years old, and now I am 38 years old, and the brand is Dynabrade. I've only oiled this thing maybe 3 or 4 times since I've had it, and it's still going. I just keep using it until it breaks. So I'm not really promoting their name so much. I'm just saying this one particular item that I bought has lasted a long time. I don't know if the other ones have lasted this long, but this one, it keeps going. I don't know. So I just said I'm not gonna oil it. I'll just keep the luck going. Okay, I'm gonna scuff down here a little bit. Maybe put a little piece of tape to keep the overspray from going underneath. The whole point of the repair, for me at least, is to be able to get this car up in the air and not be able to tell it's been repaired. At least I'm trying to trick another automotive painter. If another automotive painter walks by the car or has the car up on the lift and doesn't see that it's been painted, then it's a decent repair. That's the whole point.